Hi everyone, it's Lavinia and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be sharing with you how I display my tillandsia or my air plants, and this is in our kitchen area. I've drawn the curtains, otherwise it was going to be too bright. This is the brightest window that we have here in the house that is bright throughout the day. I do have other windows, but this is the brightest one. So for now I have my tillandsia displayed here, and this is actually our kitchen chandelier, and I have this macrame shelf that is holding 6 tillandsias on here, and this I got at Hobby Lobby last week. It was on sale for 50% off, so I have 6 of them on here. And in the evening when we turn on the air conditioner, I actually take this and bring it into another room and hang it on a hook so that the air conditioning doesn't hit it. But I've got 6 of them here, and I'm going to be showing how I water them or soak them. And then this other display I also purchased at Hobby Lobby last week. It's a 3-tiered display, I guess, and this was also 50% off. So between this and the hanging shelf was $24 total. So I have several in these little glass jars. This is the one that I purchased, the one that started it all. And some here. And then I also have, let me just pause this a moment. This is a tabletop fountain that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. It's from the Spring Shop, and I bought this a few years ago. Really hardly ever used it, but it makes a nice display actually for my remaining air plants, so I have those there. And then this is a humidifier, and sometimes it does like a cool mist, so it doesn't drip or anything like that. And sometimes I will have that running if I'm home on the weekends, just to give a little bit more humidity to the plants because we are in an arid area. So let me just go ahead and put the phone on the stand, and I'll show you how I soak some of the plants. I gave them all a good soaking on Saturday, and today is Wednesday. So after that, I learned that there's some air plants that I have that don't like to be soaked or shouldn't be soaked for the 20 minutes or so. But I have, this is the Spanish moss, and I actually ended up making 2 bundles of these because after they dried on Saturday, I noticed that some were one length and some shorter, and I thought I would go ahead and make 2 of these. So usually I use a larger glass bowl, but I'm just going to show you how, for example, I would soak this. And I have a cord, just a piece of twine, but I would just put that in there. And this one I might let soak for 10 minutes. And this one I think is called Adriana. This is one of the ones that I learned that it doesn't like to be soaked that much, I guess because it can get root rot. So I have here, I really like this spray bottle. It's a mister that I got at Hobby Lobby in the, I think in the paint section. So this one here, I may just mist like this. And then just have it sit upside down like that so that the water doesn't go into the root ball. And then this one here, I will probably go ahead and soak. I really like this one. I have 2 of these actually. So these 2, I'm just going to go ahead and put like that. And I'll probably just have these soak for 5 minutes or so. This is the spray bottle that came with the Air Plant Shop, one of the purchases that I made, one of the grab bags. So let me see if maybe I will spray, let's see. Maybe I'll choose this one. So this is how this spray comes up. This is a little bit more of an intense spray than that other mister. so it really soaks them. So if I just want to give them a soaking, I will probably just do that rather, or like a mist soaking rather than this. And that'll probably be also something that I would do with this air plant. As you can see, like that fuzz, I guess it's called trichomes, and that's where it absorbs the water and the nutrients. So this one here, I will probably also use this mister. I won't soak it like I did on Saturday, because from what I learned is that due to how tight it is here, it's very difficult for perhaps the water to come out, and you don't want that to rot. So I'll just give it a mist like that and then just lay it down. These jars I've had for a few years. My brother had actually bought some sort of, I don't know, dessert, a flan or something like that, and he didn't like it, I didn't like it, so I rinsed them out and I kept the bottles thinking that I could probably replant like my Christmas cacti to sell. So I'm glad I saved them. So these are some of the little vases, I guess you could say, that I'm using for the tillandsia. And then the other ones that I'm using are these candle holders. I also bought this a few years ago. These are a few years ago. They were, I think, a set of 8. And it was at an estate sale, and she was selling them for 50 cents each. So I'm using these as part of my displays as well. So another one that I will probably soak is this one. I don't remember the name, but kind of looks like a... So this one actually, because it has this bulb here with the tight fitting leaves, I will probably just dunk it in like that, but that's about it. I'm not going to leave it to soak, because in case the water gets in there and gets trapped, it will rot that bulb. And then the other one that I learned that I shouldn't really be soaking is this one. This one, you can see those trichomes, like that hairy effect that it has compared to this one. This is the one that I bought at the shop. So from what I understand, that air plants that have more of the silvery color, they grow in more arid type regions. And for this particular one, I saw one YouTuber said that what she does is she just runs it under a faucet. And because where they grow naturally, they're on cliff sides, and it just says the rain, I guess, rushes down. That's how they get wet, and so it's not necessarily a soaking. So this one here, I will just run through the faucet, but I guess I could do this here too, maybe with this mister. Just a little bit. It doesn't need a lot of soaking is in the bowl. And then I will just give it a little bit of a shake, and then just place it here to dry off a little bit. And these two, once they're ready, I will just give them a little bit of shake just to get rid of that excess water. And then just place them down, upside down, to dry off a little bit. And then this one too, pardon me. Just gonna give it a little bit of shake, and then I'll add the twine, and then I'll hang that back up. But I'll put that there for now, and then I will just add this larger Spanish moss to soak for a little bit. But that's about it. So I'm still trying to think of where else I can display this. Right now, again, I have it in my kitchen area. It is the brightest spot. We do get harsh afternoon sun. So though as the year go, as the days go by, though, and the sun and the moon, sun and the moon, the earth, as it rotates, the sun will shift, so it may not be too bad here. But that's it for pretty much this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. And again, these are, got to figure out more of the names of these air plants, because I will be adding them to my journal page. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.